Folks, we're going to have a substantial and lengthy discussion and interpret this film, GasLand, as well as several other films that have environmental and economic components, such as Erin Brockovich and The Insider, all through the standpoint of trade secrets. And to properly lay out how to filter the information coming at you from these and other films using the lens of trade secrets, you need to understand the three components of a trade secret. 1. The information in trade secret must be not known to the public. 2. The information in the trade secret must confer some economic benefit. And 3. The owner and holder or manager of the trade secret must take considerable steps or significant steps to preserve the secrecy surrounding the information. And 3 is probably the most important one, because that is where most people fail. When I hear clients, potential clients, or other people in the universe of business people that I talk to, when I hear them discuss trade secrets, it's usually from a mistaken standpoint, and they're usually the significant portion of their mistaken understanding is on element 3. They don't take significant or considerable steps to preserve the secrecy of the information held in the trade secret. And they think they do, and they don't meet the legal standard. What it really comes down to is people that say, well, we're going to hold that information as trade secret, are essentially saying, we're going to not protect information at all in any way, but we are going to allow ourselves to have the illusion of pretending that we're preserving it as a trade secret because, well, we just don't want to spend the money to pursue protection in any other way. Or number 2, we don't want to make the effort and hassle and considerable inconvenience that all other elements of intellectual property protection accord. Another one of my favorites is a third one. The information is in fact not a trade secret at all. It's easily known, easily discernible. People have already thought about it long before the person or entity pretending to preserve it as a trade secret has been doing so. And in fact, it's not a secret in any way. The only reason that no one else is doing it is because it doesn't work, or it's not economic, or it doesn't really have any value. But anyway, the 3 elements of a trade secret are: 1, the information must not be known to the public; 2, that there is some economic benefit or economic gain from the information; and 3, that the owner or holder of the trade secret take considerable steps or significant steps to preserve the secrecy of the information. That alone is enough to eliminate the vast majority of people who I've had tell me that they're not going to bother doing any of the protection filings, even the ones they could do themselves. I have no economic gain from this as a law firm or as an attorney. Even though they could be doing the filings themselves, they say, no, we don't need to do that. We're going to preserve it as trade secret. Essentially what they're saying is, we're not going to preserve it at all. And we're just going to hope that nobody notices. Now there's another element to trade secret that's of particular interest in this film, and also in the film Erin Brockovich, and in the film The Insider with Jeffrey Weigand as played by Russell Crowe. And that element is that there is another reason why people pretend to hold things as trade secret. I'll use another example, Elizabeth Holmes of Theranos. And the reason that they are pretending that it's trade secret and going to great lengths to fulfill step number 3, take significant or considerable steps to preserve the secrecy of the information, is because they're not concealing trade secrets at all. They are concealing criminal activity and telling courts, telling the public, telling the Wall Street Journal, and telling their shareholders, the reason we don't want this information to get out is because it's valuable proprietary information that would be a great advantage to our competitors. That's what they say on the surface. But what we often find out, like with R.J. Reynolds and the tobacco company and The Insider, it'll come to me in a second, or in the case of Erin Brockovich, Pacific Gas and Electric, what they're really saying is, we're using trade secret doctrine, but essentially what we're using it for is to conceal criminal activity that we don't want anybody to know about. in some cases, highly reckless and highly negligent criminal activity that can result in disease, illness, and death. So when I hear people invoke trade secret as an intellectual property of 22 years, I can honestly say with some authority, I tend to be pretty suspicious right from the get-go, and I've had enough experience with this and been told this enough times that in general what I've found, I've yet to be proven right where it was worth preserving in the way they were doing it, and that they were actually providing themselves with any advantage. Almost always, it's not a trade secret. Almost always, they're not taking the right steps to protect it, even if it was a trade secret. And often, what's really happening is that there's criminal activity underneath all of this. Thanks for watching. Let me know any other topics you want me to discuss. This YouTube channel is to help you. This is for information. I want to hear from you, and I want to know what things are on your mind.